Hello, this is Rakesh Rao from DesignSense Software Technologies, the BricsCAD sales and support point for India. In this video, I am going to show you some of the drafting secrets of BricsCAD. Well, they're not actually secrets, but many new BricsCAD users find it difficult to get what they want, which are very simple in BricsCAD. So the first thing that I'm going to show is how to change the cursor size and the snap marker size. Now there are two options to do it. The first option and what we recommend is that you install CADPower, and CADPower installation also brings a new menu here called BricsCAD Plus, which is the migration assistance menu. And here under drawing settings we have compiled for you a list of all the commonly asked settings by a new BricsCAD user. So the main drafting settings that I'm going to talk about in this video are these four: the PICKBOX size, the aperture size, snap marker size, and the cursor size. So cursor size is 3, as you can see. Now if I change this to 6, you can see that the cursor has increased in size. Now after changing the snap marker, if I start the line command and then if I go to, let's say, center of, so you can see that the snap marker size has changed to 12 pixels now. So that's how you change the snap marker. So what else is here? There's also aperture size, which is the crosshair size that you see here in the middle, in the center of your crosshairs. And then you also have the pick box. So when you do a p-edit, the box that you see, that is called as a pick box. So the size of the pick box. Now all this is fine if you have installed CADPower and BricsCAD Plus. But if you haven't installed this, there is still an easy way to set all this. So just go to settings and let us check the first one, which is snap marker. Now I don't know where snap marker appears in the settings, so all I need to do is just go here and type snap mark. So when I type snap mark, automatically it jumps to the location where snap marker appears in the search, and you can see that the snap marker size is here set as 12. So this is the same 12 which I set from the BricsCAD Plus menu. So if you want, you can change it back to 6, enter, and I close this, and you can see that now it's back to 6. So in a similar way, if you go to settings and I want to change the cursor size, so I just type cursor. Now when I type cursor for the first time, if you don't see what you get, either you can add a few more letters to your search window here. So I typed cursor SI. So the moment I typed SI, you can see that the crosshair size appears. And if you look below here, it will give you the explanation for the same. Sets the crosshair size as a percentage of the screen size, and cursor size is the name of the system variable. So let me put it back to 3. Okay, so the cursor size has been changed back to 3. Now the next thing that I want to show you is about quad. This is very useful to many users. At the same time, it can be a bit irritating when you do plain 2D work. So the quad is available here in the status bar in this entire line of drafting aids like Polar, eSnap, and so on. So if you see quad and if it is highlighted, then that means quad is on. So when quad is on, if I put my cursor on any entity, a pop-up comes here, and if I move on this, more options open up. So this is what is called as quad menu. Now you can see here that I am putting the cursor on it and the menu appears after a delay of 1 second. That is because in settings, if you go to the search bar and type quad again here, and if I want to search again, I'll just press F3. So you can see now I have reached the section where the quad items are shown. So one of the things that appears here is the quad show delay. So quad show delay specifies how many milliseconds to wait before the quad is displayed when highlighting a entity. So right now it's 1000. It means after you bring your cursor on the entity, the quad menu will appear after 1 second or 1000 milliseconds. Now if I change it to 100, for example, and then you see the moment I come here, the quad menu comes immediately, which means it comes in 0.1 second. Now if you don't want the quad menu at all, you can again go back to settings, and there is an option here called quad display. So switch off quad completely. So I switch off quad. Now if you come here, there is no quad menu. This menu what you're seeing, this is the rollover tips. It is not quad. There is a difference. So I want to show you the difference between a rollover tip menu and a quad menu. For example, quad is off, rollover tip is on. So I put my cursor here, and for the circle I get the rollover tips. Now if I switch off rollover tips and switch on quad, and then I come here, now this is the quad menu. So you can see the difference. So for line, this is the quad menu, and if I switch on rollover tips and switch off quad, this is the rollover tips menu. Now even in the rollover tips menu, you can change a lot of things like color, layer, line, length, and so on. But what I want you to understand is that the rollover tips and the quad are two different things, and they are easily controlled on the status bar by clicking on or off. So like I said in the beginning, that is the basics of quad. Now when you go a little advanced, you can see the quad show delay, which we just now set it to 100. Quad, similarly there is a quad height delay also. That means once you move the mouse away from the entity, how long will it take the quad menu to disappear? And then there's also something called quad hide margin. So if you click this, you can see the explanation here specifies the width of a margin around the quad. As long as the mouse keeps moving inside the margin, the quad will stay visible. It will gradually go transparent if quad go transparent is on. So the quad go transparent menu is also right under the quad hide margin. So if you click on this, it means the quad will go transparent. See, for example, I'm going to switch on quad. That's the quad menu. So I am on the quad, so quad is active. Now as I move away, you can see that the quad became transparent and then disappeared. Those are set by the quad go transparent and the quad hide margin and the quad hide delay. So please take your time to understand how the quad menu works. It is very interesting, very innovative, and very powerful. But at the same time, we understand that some CAD users, especially those who are used to an old style of drafting, may find the quad a bit annoying at times, and that is the reason we have been upfront in showing you how you can switch off, switch on, or control the behavior of the quad menu. Okay, now before we close, I want to show you another small option which is for object snap, or we call it in BricsCAD as entity snap. Suppose I draw a line, and now we want to draw the line exactly to the center of this circle, or the end point of this line, or the midpoint of this line. So all of it is controlled here in eSnap. So if you right click on eSnap, you can see all the snap options, and if you go to settings, you can also set the running eSnap options. Running eSnap options means these snap options will always be on, and when you move your mouse close to the midpoint or endpoint of any entity, automatically you will see that eSnap option getting activated. Now many people find it a bit difficult to know how to get the eSnap options. Well, it's exactly the same like you have in AutoCAD. So if I press shift and right click, I can bring the eSnap menu or the object snap menu anywhere when I'm in the middle of a command. So if I say snap to endpoint, I can go and snap to endpoint. So mind you, what I've done now is an override. I call the snap explicitly, but if you have running OSNAPs, see for example now running OSNAP is on. So when running OSNAP is on, I can just come and find this endpoint snap. I just need to make sure that I see the endpoint message here, and the square box also indicates that it is an endpoint snap. So similarly, now see the center snap for this circle is not set, so I'm not getting the center snap, or I'm not getting the quad snap. So if I want those, I will press shift and third button of the mouse. So I'll go to snap to center and snap this, or shift and third button of the mouse, snap to quadrant, and I'm going to snap to, let's say, this quadrant. So that's how the snap works in BricsCAD. It is identical to how it is in AutoCAD. That is why we say that BricsCAD is muscle memory compliant with AutoCAD procedures, which means whatever you're used to in AutoCAD, if you just blindly try it out here, it's going to work. Or I would say the chances are very high that it's going to work. If something doesn't work for that last 1%, you may try installing CADPower and BricsCAD Plus, because we have taken extra trouble for you to ensure that that last mile of compatibility between AutoCAD and BricsCAD is delivered to you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and find it useful. Do let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.